Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Waha, Rahakodas Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it's an edifying video. Shalom to all the sincere believers and the man pushing his truth, risking their lives and the freedom. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, looking like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sap out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. And I'm doing a lesson. The spirit hit me. I had ordered these books from Amazon. One of them was the Negro Question. One of the brothers in the camp hit me onto the book. And at that time, you know, I didn't have the funds to get it. But I suggest brothers go check it out. The Negro Question is about a guy named Lee Cummins. And it goes into the history. You know, it tells you about... it's one of the few books that are basically revealing the fact that, you know, Israelites were sold into America. I also ordered the Willie Lynch letter. Now, I've been doing, through the spirit, doing videos about... you know, Esau's weaponry, you know, the pocket nukes, the ICBMs, you know, Esau basically, you know, he got some hellified technology on the left-hand side through the Most High. But the spirit jumped on me to read out of this Willie Lynch letter. So that's why I came out with that scripture in Deuteronomy. Because that is one of the, you know, it tells you in the book of Romans that our spirit beareth witness with the spirit of the Most High that we are the children of Yahweh. And, you know, we fit the curses. You know, no other nation. I mean, slavery has been around, I mean, all the time. But nobody has went through slavery as like we did to be discontinued from your heritage. That's all in the scriptures. But I don't want to digress because the point of this lesson is to go into how horrendous, you know, and the thing is, you see people suffer from this Willie Lynch, what Willie Lynch did to this day. You know, I mean, although it was all set up through the Most High, but it was diabolical nonetheless. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. And you know, right now, it's in the power of, you know, this rare Hebrew Edomite's hands. You know, we're not in physical shackles anymore, but it's kind of somewhat worse now because he has your mind. You know what I mean? People's minds are asleep, and, you know, it's just deep. You know what I mean? Like, and how diabolical this man is. Like I said, because at the end of the day, instead of you having physical shackles on, now, like I said, he has erased or taken away the physical shackles, and he has you in a prison of your mind. You know, you got people thinking that they free when every day you see that you're not free. You subject to payments. How the fuck is you free? Shit, you go into the IRS history. IRS wasn't even supposed to be. You supposed to not even be paying taxes because you know what I mean. You're not supposed to get taxed on the wage. Now you can go to jail for not paying your taxes. Verse 2, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And like I said, we're receiving that now. You got these fake Khazars, these fake Jews, call themselves Jews, but really are Edomites. you know. And that's the spirit. I was with one of the young brothers. What was that? I think Sunday, and we went into like a Dollar Tree, and it was Amalek, and you know he had the little what is that called? The thing that they wear on their heads. But he had his daughters with him, and you know when I seen him, I you know how you know when you in the spirit, you know I got instantly upset. And I'm like, Amalek. And the motherfucker looked. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, they know who the fuck they is, too. So, I mean, you know, I didn't even say it loud or, you know, I didn't do anything ignorant because he, you know, he there with his kids. But still, you know. Because, like I said, we're being oppressed. Our heritage is being oppressed. We, everybody, but, I mean, it was cool to be an Egyptian. It was cool to be a nigga. It's cool to be everything. But when you said you the children of the Most High, you know what I mean, and can back it up, you know what I'm saying, then it's a problem. You got to take time to think about this. I'm in the truth. Like the elder Apostle Gabar made that video about Kobe. You know what I mean? Is that a legacy for real? You was a monkey for these Edomites running up and down the fucking court. Yeah, you lived well. That's why I can't feel no sorrow for him. You know what I mean? He that motherfucker rested in the spirit world. And the Most High blessed him to a point. He let him, I mean, you know, people say, oh, that's fucked up. What you saying? But it's not, though. What the fuck you mean? Like, that dude wasn't even, it was him and his daughter was the only Jakes on the fucking, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't push that pilot to fly that helicopter in conditions that they wasn't supposed to fly in. So at the end of the day, it's ultimately the Lord, though. But Salakia, like I said, I don't mean to digress. So basically, this is the Willie Lynch letter, and it says the making of a slave. Bear with me for a second. So now you know this is going to go off because we're not Africans. The truth has came out, you know what I mean? It says the first Africans in America, we can say the Israelites, the first Israelites in America arrived through Jamestown, Virginia in 1619 as indentured laborers or servants. It might be truth to that because what is that book? I got the book. I've never read it though. Elder Malcolm always used to bring it out by that lady Battleorial. It talks about, matter of fact, it's on this phone. I mean, on my tablet. Bear with me for a second. The Birth of a White Nation, the invention of white people and its relevance today. And Jacqueline Battleorial, and she goes into the fact of how that term white or so-called white people wasn't around back in when you know, originally in 1619. You know, that was after the fact. You know, that's how they appeased the masses. But Salakia. It says the first Africans in America arrived through Jamestown, Virginia in 1619 as indentured labor or servants. From about 1619 to 1640, the laws throughout Europe and the Americas removed all human individuality from abducted Africans, but we know they were Israelites because the Africans, the so-called Africans, sold the Israelites into slavery and named them property. The U.S. Supreme Court and Chief Justices like Roger B. Taney ensured that the laws did not protect slaves, but imbued their white oppressors who physically, mentally, and psychologically abused them with full supremacy. No Negro, whether slave or free, could ever be considered a citizen of the United States, the Honorable Judge wrote. You got to remember, that's still law, still on the books. Why these dumbass niggas want to be cool with their oppressors. You still consider 3/5 of a man. You're not even a whole human being in their eyes. No Negro, Salaki. In 1640, Maryland became the first colony to institutionalize slavery in America. And in 1641, Massachusetts, in its written legislation titled Body of Liberty, stated that bondage was legal servitude. At that moment, changing the status of the African hostages to automatic chattel slaves that could be bought and sold at the discretion of their white owners. I'm going to stop there.